stay pouring all over the court. Check trade scoring, a rational activist. Others remain dormant, factual passages. Able to wage war when time call for it. Burn fire upon corporate setting his back. Sun is fall forward. See the big picture. Don't get stuck on small portraits. Tap resources, just three inner forces. Mind, body, and soul working like piano chords. Linking the piece together from the root like Neanderthals. Reserving animalistic behavior when I convert into the cross satanic spiritual savior. Words that I use are the truth if I never gave ya anything else in your life. Remember words that I breathe on this mic. I print people a copy to read what I write. Tell it fast like Mach speed on a bike. Like a native chief, I speak and bring peace with a pipe. Subtle as a thief in the night with beats in the light. Check the I'm blacking out like Slobodan Milosevic. Hold that, take some with you. Eternal pain when New Jerusalem hit you. Fall back, don't press the issue with script, lock, script, check, Bethlehem officials.
Yo, what's going on, people? What is up? What is up? No, I did not fall asleep. I actually just got home from the movie and I had to set up, and I'm like, yo, I think I needed to talk about this. What up, Cousin T? What up, Poe? What up, Daniel's Hot Topic? What up, Dandelion? I know you said you had to bounce, but maybe you're watching for a bit. I have no idea. D. Jodeci is in the house. What's up? What's up? Let me know if anybody else has seen the movie and wants to come in and talk about it with me. Could do that. Not sure how long I'll be on, but definitely wanted to talk about this movie because I seen it was online last night and I was like, oh man, should I watch it? And I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch it. But I ended up watching certain parts of it, right? I guess I kind of spoiled certain things on it. Wanted to know about cameos or who was in it. So, hey, what's up, Austin? Have you seen it? If you want to come in and talk about it, just let me know, man. I'll send you the link. Actually, you know what? I don't usually do this, but I'm going to put the link in the chat. Let me see here. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Anybody can come on and watch it. The Sentinel said, I enjoyed the heck out of it. So did I. I ain't gonna lie. I thought this movie was fucking fire. This shit was lit. It was lit. It was, yo, stakes, shit that happens in the movie. I'm not going to get into spoilers yet because I don't know how many people in here have seen it yet or how many haven't, but I'm definitely going to talk about some spoiler shit. So if you guys haven't seen it yet and want to bounce out with the spoiler shit, not a problem. But right now I'm just going to talk about, you know, my overall impressions of the movie, what I liked, what I didn't like. Austinator just popped in here. What up, Austinator? How you doing, man?
Doing good. How are you?
Not too bad. Not too bad. What'd you think? What up, Blasted TV? What's going on? Long time no see, man. Glad you popped in. Austinator, what'd you think of the movie?
Well, I don't know. It's like one of those movies where it's good, but I feel like it's one of those movies that kind of underwhelmed in a sense. Like,
I can understand the underwhelming part, especially the way it ended, and we'll get into spoilers later, but I can understand that. So go ahead.
I mean, there was not a lot that I hated about it. It's just one of those movies that did it live up to the hype and expectations? Yes and no. I think the Wanda stuff was good. I liked that. She was definitely a badass in it. I think Doctor Strange.
Ray said 4 out of 10. Are you? Nah. It's better than 4 out of 10. But go ahead. Go ahead.
The action and visuals were good.
Mm-hmm.
America Chavez, I actually thought she wasn't as bad as I thought she was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And the I wouldn't say they're cameos, but the characters that we saw in the movie, I thought those are really cool, especially one because one of the actors I really liked. Other than that, there were decisions that were made in this movie, and there were a few like scenes in the movie where I'm like, I kind of face palmed a bit because I'm like, you could have done that better, or
you see, that's where I'm saying I don't think that there was really that many plot problems in this movie. Like, you know, Spider-Man No Way Home, a lot of people complained about, well, why did Doctor Strange do this? And why did this happen? Why did that happen? As I sat there and watched this movie, I didn't really think that there were any scenes like that. So what did you find? You can spoil it, man. It is what it is. We're going to spoil this shit, guys. I'm sorry.
Well, I gotta say, it was really cool seeing John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. I will
Every,
definitely
everybody was online calling for that. So
it, and it's awesome seeing Jim from The Office as a superhero. Like that was really cool. Patrick Stewart, and I like that Black Bolt was in here too. Um, Captain Marvel, again, it's Captain Marvel. No matter who it is, it's Captain Marvel. Um, it was cool seeing Peggy there. I think that was pretty cool. And Wanda was really brutal in this movie. When I mean brutal, oh my god.
she killed it, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. When I was watching that scene where she comes up on the sanctum, and I was like, yo, like she's playing that bad Wanda very fucking well.
Oh yeah. And the way she just went about killing people too was just like it was disgusting at times. I'm like, holy shit.
And that's why Andre said it was the most brutal MCU film to be made. Facts, 100% facts. It was really brutal. No, it's okay, Blaster. We're gonna spoil it. We're gonna spoil it. You know what I mean? Um, I'm sure people have seen it. It's online. If people haven't want to watch it, they can go watch it online. Quality's not too bad either. But yo, it was brutal. I was like, yo, they killing people in this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I granted the people that they killed had nothing to do with the overall story of like the MCU universe, or whatever. But the fact that they were killing these motherfuckers, I was like, yo, fire. And the way Black Bolt died,
Oh my god. She made his mouth disappear. He tried like, oh my god, what's
to
going on? Then his
speak.
head explodes. I'm like, holy shit.
Yo, I think that was the best one. That one and the fucking Peggy Carter, bro. I was like, yo, Marvel went all out. Yo, Sam Raimi did his thing. Big up to him, Andrea. The link is in the chat if you want to come in as well. But big up to Sam Raimi because he did his thing on that movie, man.
Oh yeah, this movie felt very Sam Raimi esque. A
Hmm.
lot of horror esque shots. Like I think there was like a couple like tension scenes where there was one in particular. I think they were where the Illuminati were, and they were in. There was like this huge chase scene, and they're shutting down the blast door so Wanda couldn't get to them, and then there's like this huge moment where it's like nothing's happening until she appears from behind them, like jump scare-ish. But they did it so well because Sam Raimi
Hmm.
is a great horror director,
Hmm.
and it was done real. And a lot of the horror elements were done really well, especially some of the body horror too. It, I thought that looked great.
So did I. And I see a lot of people here saying they didn't like the way Professor X died. Yo, bro, I loved it. I said, you know, I think I know Wanda's powerful in the comics, but I don't know too much about her. So I was like, oh, they kind of nerfed her powers because she was like unbelievably strong. But I'm guessing she is pretty much strong like that in the comic as well. But man, Andrea, what's up, brother? What are you saying? Okay. Yeah. Probably internet going on. What up, Tony? Kavari said 6 out of 10. So blasted. Blasted TV said 8 out of 10. Um, man, I came out of that movie and I'm thinking, Multiverse of Madness has definitely hit my top 10. Hands down, it's in my top 10. It might have even moved up to like 5 or 6. I don't know. I said I was gonna do my rankings later and decide where I put it, but I really enjoyed this movie, man. It was entertaining from start to finish. There was I guess you could say there was some scenes that kind of like dragged on where there was a lot of talking or something like that. But at the end of the day, I thought it was well done. Mad said he loved it. Said the movie is brutal. I agree, man. I agree. Like the way it starts off, it starts off with the Doctor Strange trying to save Chavez, and Nerdman was like the CGI didn't look that great in that scene. It was okay. You know what I mean? I think the backgrounds looked a lot better than the creature that was chasing her,
Yeah.
but I didn't really have much of an issue with that. I was like, it's all good, man. But I thought the CGI at the beginning was good, and then he wakes up and then he has to fight. I think they call it Gargantua when it should be Shue McGrath, right? But all of
Oh,
that shit.
Shumagra.
Sorry, I was trying to get my audio. I was trying to use my Bluetooth earpiece and it wasn't coming out through there. It was coming through the fucking phone.
No problem, no problem. Ray sent a $5 super chat. Thank you very much, Ray. Say, I didn't like the movie one because I hate Wanda. Two, they made Professor X look bit bitch. I was expecting too much to be honest. I was let down. See, that's the issue. That's what I think people um have an issue with. I think they were expecting way too much in this movie. A lot of people are expecting, superior Iron Man and all kinds of stuff like that in this movie. And the fact that they didn't see it, it's like even my son was like, when we left, he was like, "Oh man, I thought I was gonna see, superior Iron Man and Tom Cruise's
I thought
Iron
so
Man."
too, but I was like, yeah. I wasn't let down by that though.
Yeah, me neither. Didn't bother me at all. What are your thoughts on the movie, Andrea?
It was uh, better than expected. Really better than expected. I thought it was going to be. To be honest, I had a little bit of concerns onto it, but I thought it was like so far that was like an 8.5 maybe so far. I didn't see
Yeah,
it in theaters. I saw it like watching. I was on films stream watching it through the Discord. So,
got you, got you.
but yeah, like it was the most brutal out of all the MCU. I mean, the way Captain Carter that was like a fallback from What If.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yo,
the way
this,
Black Bolt died, I did not like, but I like how like when Wanda said, or Scarlet Witch said, "Oh, with what mouth?"
yeah. Tony said this movie was fun. I
It
love that.
was fun.
I think that death to me was the best one.
Like
You know what I
the
mean?
like the Sam Raimi shots in there were phenomenal. They were great when it was the
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
phenomenal, but when it was like acting like the MCU part of it, it was kind of cringe.
I could see where people didn't like the jokes, but I didn't think there were that many jokes in it as well. And the ones that were in it, they gave me a little chuckle every here and then. You know what I mean? So it
Oh,
didn't
I
throw me off.
laugh. I laugh when the kids like saw the Scarlet Witch like seeing her as the evil
Hmm.
side. I laugh when the kids start screaming and they just start running. I laugh my ass off on that part.
It's funny. Um,
I was just laughing. I was like
is
that.
she
I'm
dead?
like, I'm sorry, that was funny.
Is she dead?
Who? Scarlet
Scarlet
Witch?
Witch.
Oh,
Yeah,
at
is
the
she
end.
dead?
I don't
I
know.
think so. Maybe, but I want to say no.
I want to say no too, but the way they ended it, and then
So
Doctor
far,
Strange.
I'm gonna say keep it as that she's dead for now
Hmm.
until something else.
Yeah, I don't really think she's dead either. But I mean, if she is dead, I because
No
it,
body,
it,
no
it puts
dead.
sta-
Yeah,
it
just
puts
like
stakes
Osama bin
in.
Laden.
Right, but it puts stakes in the movie if she's like really dead. You know what I mean? If she's really dead, it's like, yo, they
But I
killed off Wanda.
But what
But
makes me believe it more that she is dead because she destroyed the Darkhold and she went down with it. Like
hmm
if you actually see the way the shot, way that
yeah, yeah,
angle of the shot was in the film, how she was dying from
hmm
that, yeah.
yeah. Because even when the building was collapsing, the roof was
Hmm.
collapsing. You see a little red light, and then it falls down on her.
Yeah.
But yeah, Matt said no body, no death. I agree with that 100%. Black Bolt can destroy you with one word from his mouth. What mouth? Yeah, that was sick, bro. Wiggins Entertainment said, "Oh yes, 9 out of 10." I'm kind of on your there. I'm gonna watch it again, but I didn't have any issues with it when I was watching the movie. I think
I
maybe I,
what about the power set? Like how they got Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange, like the way their powers were used. I like the way when evil the Doctor Strange was the one that was taken a hold by the Darkhold, the evil one
mhm,
against
mhm.
Doctor Strange. I like how they were using the musical notes
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
I saw that. I liked it like that. I thought that was coming out from a comic book,
yeah,
literally. I was
yeah.
like,
That was
this is
cool.
straight out of a comic book right there. I was like, this is like something from classic Doctor Strange back to me.
Yeah, that was cool. What about you, Astronator? What stands out to you in the movie? What parts stand out to you?
Well, I guess the parts that really stood out. Well, I guess Wanda as a whole stood out. I think
Mm.
this was probably her best performance
Facts.
in any MCU thing.
Right.
She killed so many people, and I did sort of like the way that she kind of not really redeem herself, but kind of start to realize like, oh shit, maybe what I'm doing is kind of fucked up. Is when she sees her kids, and her kids are terrified of her. Like, she's like, what? They're like, what the hell? And then the only thing I didn't like about this, I didn't like the whole good Wanda's like touching your cheek. I thought that was just a little, like you could have done without it. Like you could have ended the scene. You could have cut the scene where the kids are terrified, and you could have had her like maybe step back a little bit, break down, and say, okay, like I have to fix this because I screwed up. But that's that was just kind of a type thing. Doctor Strange also had a lot of like very like witty in a way, kind of has like that campy feel to it, but you still feel for him when like he kind of has like those emotional moments in the film. So I thought he was great. Wong was there. I thought he was kind of,
Oh, it was great.
he was the comedic relief, but I thought his humor was great. He's like, well, what the fuck? What the fuck? That was basically his character. He's like, well, what the fuck? And then Patrick Stewart coming back again. I like seeing Patrick Stewart as Professor X, so I thought that was great seeing him back. And again, John Krasinski. The music was great. I think as far as the directing, Sam Raimi nailed it. And kind of going up what Ray's saying here, I thought America Chavez was not as bad as I was thinking she was going to be.
I liked her character because like she didn't understand her powers and didn't trust herself with it. Because of a traumatic effect, from her childhood, and that caused her parents like to be sent to a different universe.
Thank you for the $2 super chat, though, Ray. Once again, he said American Chavez was the only good thing in it. I totally disagree with that. I think Wanda was good in it. I think Cumberbatch was good in it. Wong was good in it.
Oh, I like Wong's performance and like the action with him when he was like taking on Gargantua or whatever.
Yeah,
that was great. Like the action scenes were great for him. Like he like and then him like trying to like stand up to Wanda too. That was great too.
And the fucking death in this, even when the black girl, when she goes to fucking destroy the Darkhold and she all just turns into like ash or whatever the fuck she turns into.
She sacrificed herself.
That was sick. You know what I mean? Like, when do you see that shit in a fucking Marvel movie? That's what I was saying. I was like, yo, they went out on this one,
Oh yeah, especially like when you let Sam Raimi do his thing. I think that was Sam Raimi's like deal on that. That wasn't an MCU deal.
Hey man, I think that's why they got him, to make it a little bit darker, right? And you could see things were kind of changing from Falcon and Winter Soldier. You know what I mean? When they did that death scene there. So.
Well, originally this film was supposed to be even darker than it was than it is now that we just saw. It was actually originally supposed to be darker than this, like more horror in this.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Like the original plan was to make it more of a horror than it was that we got to see. But that's when the plans were changed. But it was not that. It was good.
They did Black Bolt dirty. I love the way they did it.
I thought like his head looked like it got melted like off. Like
yeah. And when I was watching, I read some spoilers before, so I knew that Wanda was going to fucking wipe out the Illuminati, right? Like I knew it was gonna happen before it happened, but the way they did it, I was like, yo, this shit is fucking fire. And when they said wipe them out, right, I was like, okay, she probably just beats them. I didn't know she was gonna kill every fucking one of them. Like she killed every one of them.
Oh yeah. Like she started with freaking Mr. Fantastic. No, she started with Black Bolt, and then Mr. Fantastic. Yeah.
What'd you guys think of Peggy Carter?
Oh, Captain Carter.
I like her.
I like Captain Carter better in the What If than how she was a bit in the live action.
Well, you got more of her in the What If episode, right? But
yeah. I don't know. I think to me, she was just there. She was just like, oh, I'm I'm like the alternate version of Captain America, so she's there. I mean, she does the "I can do this all day" line, and she just dies. Like she's just I would just say she's just there to just be a part of the Illuminati. I wouldn't say she wasn't really memorable. She was just like it was cool seeing her, but I
I
think that
think
was me.
I think to me it just showed that scene was just to try to show us how powerful Wanda is. Because even Captain Marvel is supposed to be a lot stronger than that, right? So you figure the Captain Marvel is just as strong, but Wanda, like, she just fucking went through them like with ease, man. With ease. And I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed it. The fact that they died, I think that's what really got me to where I was like, yo, they're really showing people dying in this shit. You know, that's what I
Mhm.
loved about
Like
it.
that was stakes, you know.
Yeah, that's what I loved about it. Bastard said, "Yep." Matt said they use Professor X like he's in the comics. Just there just to die. I think they were all there just to die. To be honest with you, you know what I mean?
Oh, I thought they fucking like X-Men 3'd fucking Professor X in this movie. I mean, I expected like him to die, but damn.
hmm Finally, they give us an iconic version of Professor X, and they kill him less than 5 minutes, and then was the Professor X from and it was actually, from what I'm hearing, is they're not the ones from, like, that's not the one from Peggy Carter from What If. That's not the Professor X from the animated series. It's just a similar universe type of thing, right? But the fact that they killed them off, like, I guess people are gonna hate that, but to me, I was like, yo, that just showed me how fucking powerful Wanda is, and it made the stakes for what she was trying to do even a lot worse, right? Because she was fucking possessed by that Darkhold, and even when Professor X goes into her mind, like, he's
Hmm.
trying to save the real Wanda. And
Also goes into his mind too.
yes, and then she fucking snaps his neck. And I was like, damn, yo, brutal. Like, when do you see that in a Marvel movie? You
Oh,
know what
I yelled out saying, "Oh, this is worse than X-Men 3."
I mean? I said that was fucking wicked for me. I ain't gonna lie, I laughed at Professor X death. I was like, ooh, when they did it. Like, I knew he was gonna die, but when he snapped his neck, I didn't think he was gonna die like that. Is this movie better than Spider Man? Though I swear to God, if you say yes,
I'm gonna say yes.
I want to say yes too. Well, you know what? Let me think
Honestly,
about it.
I honestly like this better than No Way Home.
I wouldn't blame you, to be honest with you, right? Because a lot of people complain
They
about certain plot holes in No Way Home.
I like how they fleshed out the powers more of Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange in this a lot more, and they finally introduced the Book of Vishanti in
Mm-hmm.
this, and plus like when Doctor Strange was going through those like different dimensions, going through going through different universes and shit, when him and America Chavez are breaking through and shit,
Mm-hmm.
like there was like if you were able to see it, like there was an image like of the Living
The
Tribunal in this
tribunal's
too.
head. Seen it
Yep.
right away. Yep. I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit, there's a living tribunal. Did you catch
Yep.
that, Ostinator?
What's that?
The living tribunal's head.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
When they're
I've
going through the
honestly
multiverse.
I found about this like before the movie came out,
Me
to be
too.
honest too. Yeah.
Me too. But I was
Yeah.
looking for it when it came up, right? So there's a scene where they're going through all the multiverse, and I think it's right before they turn to the paint.
Hmm.
You can see the head there. It's like right in the corner. I was like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, they did some good shit in this movie. I'm not even gonna lie. So is it confirmed that John Krasinski is going to play Mr. Fantastic, or is this where they all just what if characters? To be honest with you, I think if they do cast the Fantastic Four, he's gonna be it, right? Because if you notice, right, they're going through multiverses, but everybody's the same. Like Professor X looks the same as he does in other multiverses. So I think if they do the Fantastic Four movie, there's no reason why it would be someone different than John Krasinski. So yo, what up, Wolverine? How you doing, man?
They'll probably bring in James McAvoy.
You think so?
Like for if they're gonna do multiverse, they probably
Professor X.
will. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's be honest. John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic was a good idea on paper, but Krasinski can't play this kind of character. I disagree with you, son. I
I
think
don't
he did a
know
good job.
because I haven't seen him.
And to be fair, it's not really fair because he only really had like a few minutes on screen.
Hmm.
So it's not really, and plus it's, even though yes, he's Mr. Fantastic, he's not like the official Mr. Fantastic. He's just part of a different universe. He's just there to, well, I would say he wasn't, well, he was basically there to just die, just to get torn into like shreds,
Hmm. But
both
I think,
figuratively and literally.
oh yeah, she fucking, his body just turned into these like little fucking lines and shit, and she just ripped them apart. And then when she got to the head, you seen the pop. It just went pop, boom, and the head disappeared. I was like, yo, Wanda was no joke in this movie. I think, like, to be honest with you, I think she was the best character in the movie.
Yeah, she was.
I really think she was the best character in the movie. She had, the anger, then she had the emotion where she's like, I want my kids, you know what I mean? And even her motivation where she's like, oh, when you break the rules, you're a hero, but when I do
When
it,
I
I'm
do
a
it,
villain.
villain. Yep.
Hmm. So,
I
I like. I don't know, between Doctor Strange and Wanda, like, or Scarlet Witch. I think maybe like I like Doctor Strange a little bit more in this.
then
Like,
Wanda?
yeah, but
Okay.
I like them about almost equally both though. But I think I like Doctor Strange a little bit more in this movie though.
Well, I think Cumberbatch did a great job as well. I mean, I was expecting that from him, but usually I wasn't a big fan of Wanda, like even from WandaVision or even Age of Ultron, or I just like Wanda's like okay, whatever. But in this one, she put it down to me. Like she really put it, when she's above this guy and she's like, I tried to do it, nicely, but now and then they fucking put the shield up and everything, and just the way she was using her magic where she's scoping and she's looking for a weak-minded dude, and then she
Yep.
finds him, you know what I mean? She's like, run, whispers in his ear, run. I was like, yo. It was well done, man.
Oh yeah,
So,
she's like, run. The guy just took off like a freaking coward. Hey, I don't mind. Hey, I don't blame him.
for real, for real. I
Yeah,
hope
that was brilliant.
I hope he gets better writing from confident screenwriters like the ones who did the Infinity War. I don't know, man. If hey man, if you didn't like the movie or you think it wasn't as good, that's fine. But I personally think it's definitely in my top 10. I won't say top 5 yet, but definitely in my top 10 because I really enjoyed it.
Which
You know,
version of Captain Marvel was in this one? This was Monica Rambeau,
Yeah,
or
it was Monica.
it
that's
was
what I thought.
Monica.
The mother, right?
Yeah, it was the mother.
That's what I
And
thought.
listen, no matter which Captain Marvel it is, whether it's Brie Larson's character or Monica Rambeau, anytime I see Captain Marvel just get beaten up or dead, is the most satisfying part.
Are you guys hyped for Love and Thunder? Because I think Multiverse of Madness would still be better in my opinion. I'm not really excited for
No,
um
I'm not either.
Love and Thunder.
Yeah, I'm not
I have
either.
low expectations, very low expectations for this
I'm
film.
I'm
So,
gonna I'm gonna see it, but like Deej said, so who you think was the biggest surprise? Hmm. I mean, we seen it in the trailer. I still think it's Professor X, but they did hide the Krasinski one. And because I don't really know too much about this guy and his acting career and everything like that, to me it was just like a nothing burger. I'm gonna say that. But when Professor X comes out and they play the fucking 1997 theme, I was like, yes.
oh yeah,
You know what I mean? I
like
was like,
and
yes.
the wheelchair that Professor Patrick Stewart like was in was like one of the classic actual um seats that he was in too, and the color too.
Absolutely.
It was a
Yeah.
reference back.
Yes, 100%. Daniel said, hey, Bigger, for a long time to see. What's up, Daniel? The movie was awesome, although I went on Den of Nerds and they said there would be many more universe and cameos and a multiverse Avengers team. Yeah, you see, that's the thing. Again, like I said, a lot of people were expecting to see a lot more cameos and a lot more thing like Wolverine was said. They're going to show Wolverine and Superior Iron Man and all of that stuff. And I think that's why some of the people are kind of disappointed.
I thought Superior Iron Man because of the bots. That's
Yeah,
why.
Mm-hmm.
that was the one where I'm like, wait, why wouldn't they do that? But then I was like, well, I mean, granted, I get it because you got the Mr. Fantastic cameo. Yeah, Professor X, you probably don't want
I
you may
mean,
not want to do an Iron Man one, but it was still kind of like, well, where do the Ultron robots come from? That would
exactly.
Mm-hmm. Right. And to be honest with you, it could have been anybody that did it, right? It could have even been Hank Pym in this universe.
That too. It could have been Hank Pym in that
Mhm.
universe instead of a Superior Iron Man. That could have been that could make more sense actually to me. Now that I think
Absolutely.
about it.
Maria played a better Captain Marvel than Brie. I liked her as Captain Marvel. Like she was sitting in that chair and she had this cocky attitude. You know what I mean? When Doctor Strange is like, "Oh, Scarlet Witch is gonna come," and she's like, "Let her come." You know what I mean? Like we're gonna deal with your little witch problem, and they thought they were bad enough to take on Scarlet Witch, and Scarlet Witch was like, "Oh yeah, you guys have no idea."
What about Mordo in this? What do you guys think of that?
I enjoyed the character. I thought he was good in it.
What about the
And
fighting scenes between Doctor Strange and Mordo when they were in that enclosed like environment
I
between the
liked it.
like walls?
yeah, I
I
thought it
liked
was
it. I thought it was fire.
I liked how Strange like was trying to break the freaking
The bracelet,
the
the bracelet.
bracelets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, me too.
I like how he got Mordo on one of the bracelets and that's when they started
Hmm.
fighting.
Hmm.
That
And
was great.
it was good too the way he got him to fight him, right? Because
Yeah.
he's like he's talking, he's trying to be all nice, and he's like, "Wait a minute, this guy tried to kill me in my universe, so maybe it's kind of the same thing over here." And he's like, "Yeah, I know you were jealous of me," and he was right though. He was right. Yeah, this is a question. Who played Black Bolt? Yo, it looked like the dude from the show.
Yeah.
It looked like the fucking dude from the um Inhumans show.
Oh no,
Yeah, David, I agree. It was wish list of cameos.
It looked like him to me. 5 minutes, John Krasinski, Mr. Faster over
Mm,
Miles Teller.
I didn't mind Miles Teller, but I don't know. But yeah, Krasinski I would pick over though.
actually, I think it was Black Bolt from the show.
Was it, eh?
Yeah,
I'm gonna check it out. Or if you guys, if someone wants to Google it, because I'm looking at the face and I'm like, that looks like the Black Bolt from the show, right? And well, there's a few things also I want to talk about, but the way did you see Thanos dead with the fucking knife in his chest?
Oh, I missed that.
You missed that? See,
Yeah.
when they're killing their version of Doctor Strange, it pans over to the corner where Thanos is lying on a rock with a fucking knife in his chest. I was like, yo, they went out on this one, and it looks like they were on Titan.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think that was okay. Yeah, that was like one of the experiences that happened in another universe. Yeah, I
Yeah,
missed that
yeah,
part in this movie. I didn't see that.
yeah. Go back and watch it. You're gonna see Thanos lying on a rock dead, and I was like, yo, fuck. And then they kill that Doctor Strange. I thought that was fire. What about you, Austin? Did you catch that?
I saw they were on Titan. I don't think I caught Thanos, but
Yeah, I
that
noticed they
was
were on Titan, but I didn't catch Thanos. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Right in the right hand corner on this side of the screen, you see Thanos. He's lying down there. It looks like there's a knife in his chest, like a sword in his chest. I was like, oh fuck, okay, I like that. I think that cameo was just a tease of the 1997 Disney Plus series coming out. I agree with you because this is what I'm saying. The reason why I say that is not because if they bring out that series, the X-Men cartoon, it's going to be a part of the multiverse, right? That's everything they bring out is a part of the multiverse or anything like that. So if it was the Professor X from that show, then when they do the new ones, they would either have to explain something or they would have to not have a minute, right? Depending on what the time frame of that cartoon is. So I just think that they made sure to let people know that no, this isn't the Doctor Strange from What If. It isn't the Peggy Carter from What If, but they are from a different universe. You know. Last post credit scene was hilarious. It was funny.
Oh
I,
yeah,
I need to
I
get
heard
into
about
the
it.
I need to get into the first post credit scene though. Did you see
Which
it,
one?
Andrea?
No, because I watched it on with film, so we didn't see the end credits. But
Right.
I heard about the last end credit scene though. I didn't know about the first one. What's the first one?
It looks like Psylocke that comes and gets him. I don't know who the chick was. Like she comes and gets him.
Psylocke?
It looked like Psylocke. Like it was supposed to be Psylocke. Did you know who that was, Austin?
Um, I don't know. I do know it's a sorceress. I don't think it's Psylocke. I think shit. I actually don't know who she is.
Yeah, I need Ashley or fucking somebody in here that knows because she does this little thing with her hands and the blade comes out. She's wearing purple, so I'm like, is that Psylocke? But I don't think Psylocke is like a white woman in the comic, right?
Oh, it was Clea. Clea Sentinel said it was Clea, and it was like,
Oh, K dot. Hold on, K dot. Let me send the link if you're not busy at work. I'll put it in the chat. I know the link is in the chat there for you guys if anybody wants to come in, but I'll send it to you in the group chat there, K dot. You said it's who? Because who is that? I have no idea who this chick was.
I think Clea is her name.
Okay, right here.
Yeah.
That was clear. But who is she?
Well, Zeke says she's like a servant of Dormammu, so
Uh, first post credit scene.
Okay.
Well, it makes sense because when it opened up, it did look like it was in the realm where Dormammu was.
Yeah, Dormammu's realm was
Yeah,
supposed to be. Yeah, that makes sense.
American Chavez going to look for her mother's. Yeah, I forgot.
I'm pretty much she will because the way like now that she's like learned to control her powers, she definitely wants to get her parents back. I could see that happening.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with the fact that Doctor Strange was like, your parents are probably still alive. You know what I mean? So yeah, dude. One of the Prometheus they made was that the truth that Xavier was going to tell Doctor Strange was that the MCU is not the OG Marvel universe, the OG Marvel universe and mutants and Avengers. Um, I thought we were well. They obviously there's mutants in that universe, right? I thought there was going to be a way that they were actually going to bring mutants into this universe on this movie. What's up, Perp? What's going on?
What up? What up? I just figured I'd pop in for a little bit before. I'm
What's all
not gonna
this,
stay too
bro?
long. But
No problem. I just came back from the movie, bro.
What did I tell you, man? It's fire, right?
Yo, I loved it. What's up, Daniel? How's it going?
I'm good. How you doing?
so I guess I'm the
Well,
odd man out. So
Okay, Perp, talk about it. Let me hear what you have to say, man.
just off of first, it's a lot to kind of dive into, but it's
Sorry about that. It's me.
Yeah, you just waking up there, nerd man.
Yeah, sorry, it's my alarm. Yeah.
no, but for me, I'm pretty disappointed. Um, and I wanted to really like this movie a lot. But like I'm gonna go see it again either in the morning
But what are you
or
disappointed about? Just
That's what I,
to
yeah.
get, like, just because I want to know if it's your expectations or if it's
it's a
actually the
mixture of a
film.
lot of things. Like I don't like I said this like a while ago. Like I feel like American Chavez was going to be like one of the worst things about this movie, and it's just like she kind of hurt this movie, and just the plot overall kind of doesn't make sense, and just it's
Why
just a
doesn't it
lot of
make
weird
sense?
decisions. A lot of weird decisions, but the stuff with Wanda was great though. I love the shit with Wanda.
Because I don't know. Maybe it's because it conflicts with something in the TV shows which I don't watch. So why doesn't it make sense? Because I thought it was made
So did
sense
I.
from what I saw.
That's what like I said. Like I want to make sure, like when I see it a second time, I want to just really take it in because, like, just like, I just felt like the movie needed a little bit more time.
Sure.
I feel like we went through a lot of things. Like we get introduced to characters, and then like, oh, they're gone, and they definitely kind of like blue balled us with the Illuminati shit. Like they could have done that scene a lot better.
To be honest with you, you sounding like Nerd Man right now, but I'm just gonna say I loved the fucking Illuminati stuff. I loved it. I thought it was fucking
I
fire.
I just think that the lineup was kind of weak because it's like
Okay,
like
I can see.
the one was cool, like two of them were cool, and then like the other one was like you couldn't get nobody else. Like you got
Yeah.
these are your protectors. Like all right,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I know what you're saying. Like there wasn't a big surprise, like a Tom Cruise Iron
yeah,
Man.
and just
Or,
the American
you know.
Chavez shit, like, yo, she's just sitting there, just standing there. I was like, yo, you could have gone and grabbed that book already. Like, we could have been done this. Like,
I think they missed. I think they missed some a trick by not giving her an extra power, like something simple like super strength or something like that. You know, like so that she wasn't just like running all the time. Because I think that was that was kind of lame. But I liked her character growth. I liked the fact she couldn't control her powers and stuff like that. But the fact that that's all she was, like she couldn't do anything for most of the movie, kind of sucked. If she had some super strength or something, it would have been nice.
And then all of a sudden at the end, she's able to like hold off Wanda for a bit. You know what I mean? Like in this movie, Wanda was fucking powerful. You know what I mean? Like I still think Wanda should have still like brushed her aside. Like, what are you doing? Like she beat Captain Marvel in this like it was nothing. She beat fucking the Illuminati like it was nothing. But then
we doing
America
spoilers?
Chavez. Yeah, we do
Okay.
And then
America Chavez didn't have to do that much to her. Come on, even
no, she didn't. I know she didn't do much to her, but I think Wanda could have I think she got 2 like punches off of Wanda. You know what I mean? And then, and then she opened up the portal and let them see the kids, right? Which would stop Wanda. But I mean, if Wanda really wanted to, like, she didn't even really need to take that punch. She could just raise her hand, stop the punch, threw her away. So I don't know. That's just probably a nitpick that I had, but
it's a nitpick. It's a nitpick. I see what you're saying.
But we were talking like last night, and I was like, "Yo, it's kind of dark." You were like, "No, it's not." I'm like, bro, the way they killed some of these people, that was fucking dark, man. When do you ever see that in a Marvel movie?
Black Bolt, that shit was crazy. I was like, oh fuck.
I think Black Bolt was my favorite death. To be honest with you, I think he was my favorite death, man.
The way it looked like he melted, like it was good.
Mm-hmm.
The movie has some problems, and I think Perp has identified some of the problems.
It's very glaring. It's just like
it didn't deliver on the multiverse stuff.
Yeah, I think that's another aspect where it's just like, all right, we just went to like one universe, pretty much. Like,
well, I mean, they traveled through a bunch of them.
And it's like, hold on, and if you're gonna get mad for the Last Jedi for doing that shit, you gotta be mad at them for doing this shit with Wanda. It's pretty much the same astral projection shit, like same shit.
Wait, hold on, no,
that's just their abilities, dude. So you can't really criticize that.
Not the same at all, because even though like she went and she did the walking thing and went inside her body, that was still a physical Wanda that she was fighting. Right. And at first I was having an issue with that because it looked like the Wanda she went into didn't have any powers. Right. I'm like, isn't Wanda a Nexus being where she's the same in every universe?
I think she does. That's just in another universe.
That's in the comics, though.
But no. They talk about that in WandaVision. Is it WandaVision or one of those shows? One of those series. They call her a Nexus being where she's the same in every universe. It's actually in WandaVision, right? But then at the end, when Wanda lets the other one go, she flies away, so she did have her power.
So that's another thing. It's just like, so we did all this in WandaVision just to like she's dead now. Like, is that what they're trying to tell us?
I don't think she's dead though.
Yeah,
especially with the end credit scene. I think with the end credit scene, I think that's why she's not gonna be dead.
Yeah,
I
don't know
think
who-
she's gonna be brought back for the multiverse, like for later on, because this has just started.
I just
Right.
think, man, it's a lot to take in. Like that's what I said. Like I feel like after second viewing, I'll have like a definitive.
Oh,
Look,
I just want to ask:
should
Did you see the Living Tribunal shot? Like, did
Yeah,
you see the? Okay, so yeah, they're
I didn't
introducing
see
like
that.
they're introducing the cosmic beings.
Yeah.
I
Did you see
didn't
it,
see that.
Nerman?
No,
Go
I
ahead,
didn't
Nerman.
see that. I
Yeah,
didn't see that.
when they're traveling through all the universes, right
Mhm.
before they go to, I think it's the Paint universe, you can see the Tribunal's head.
Yeah,
Right?
it's a
But
blood universe.
that shit pissed me off. I was like, why aren't they stopping in
you
some
know
of these
what they could have
universes?
done instead of. I don't know, man. I
Like
just feel like the
they were.
American Chavez shit just like really bothers me. Like I just. I feel like you could have just replaced them and just got to the two Lokis and stuff and just did
I don't
something
know.
with them. Skip
I
it.
liked
I
her.
liked her. I
Me
liked
too.
her.
Me too. I liked
I
her.
I really didn't like her, and I was just like her throwing that little like what was it, the Superman punch? That shit looked weak as fuck. I'm just I wasn't.
Uh,
Um,
I wasn't with it, but like everything else with Wanda, like the horror aspect, that was pretty cool. Like they did some really creative stuff. The way like she was using the reflections and stuff like that, and
right, exactly.
Oh
the shit
yeah,
with
that.
Professor X, the shit
mhm.
with Professor X was cool.
I like the
You
way
know,
he did the mirror dimension as well. It
Mhm.
made the first Doctor Strange look like a piece of shit. Like
No,
the
Yeah.
I wouldn't
actual
say
mirror,
that, but
yeah, the mirrors like actually you could see like there were spikes and stuff. And
Mhm.
that was cool. That looked dope in
Wow.
comparison with
I
how
think
they did it before.
overall, I think it could have benefited for having like an extra like 20-30 minutes. I think it would have helped just flesh out her
I would
character a
say
little bit more.
I'd say at least 20 minutes more, maybe
Yeah, like
25
I
minutes at
just to
least.
kind of flesh out her character, because like you showed me the side story, like oh, like she has that little the rainbow pen. I was like, where the fuck she get that from? View from different multi. I was like, all right, I guess she's just a billboard walking, whatever. Um, it's just I just think that could have just been fleshed out better, but we'll
I
see what
feel you,
they'll do.
and I say I can understand where people say that there could be a little bit more minutes, but I think the runtime was perfect for me. I didn't have an issue with it at all. You know what I mean?
No, I didn't either.
I think
I
we
was
got
expecting
through
this
what we
movie to be a
needed
little
to.
bit longer, to be honest, actually.
I was until I read it. Like when I read the 2 hour 6 minute, me and Danny would go back. For Danny was like he wished it would be longer.
It was only
You know.
1 hour and 55 minutes. A little bit too
Mhm.
short.
Like
Yeah,
yeah, like
Well,
if you
yeah, if you
take out the
take
without
out
the
the
credits and
credits
credit,
and
stuff.
then credits and the credits, yeah.
And
yeah.
then you compare it to the first Doctor Strange. I just watched it. I was like, that was like almost the same length, but it's just paced up because I think didn't have to deal with so
Oh my
much
god.
stuff in that movie.
Anyway, I'm not going to diss that movie. Everyone knows my opinion on it, but like I do think this one was a million times better directed, score,
Yo, Sam
Oh,
Raimi
definitely
did
the
his
score.
everything.
thing.
Definitely the score. No, man, I agree with you on that.
Nerdman, Sam Raimi did his fucking thing in this movie, bro. Me and
Yeah,
Austin were talking about it early. He did his thing. He brought us some. This movie, like even though it had the same, you know, MCU kind of tropes with humor and stuff like that, it
it
still
didn't
felt a
overdo it.
little different, though. You know what I mean? And I agree with you when you said that. It still felt a little different. And yes, they didn't overdo it at all.
They
Daniel, let me
didn't.
hear what your thoughts.
Yeah,
Go
go on.
ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are your thoughts? What did you think of the movie?
I was expecting a little bit more because, like I said, I mentioned, Den of Nerds said that we were going to see like Eric Bana's Hulk, Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider, Wesley Snipes' Blade, and I thought to myself, oh, maybe they have inside sources, right? But none of this panned out.
Yeah, but
Mm.
that to me is like you guys' expectations. You know what I mean?
Wait,
That's what I
No,
like.
it
Fan
is called.
casting.
No,
Anzo,
no, 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 no.
Anzo, did
It's
you
called the Multiverse of Madness, dude. And there was
I
nothing
get it.
that was mad about this multiverse, man. This was
There's
pure
nothing
Mm,
sanity.
bad about
It was
that.
pure sanity, bro. Like this multiverse wasn't.
You
Here's
could have
the
called
thing.
this.
Here's
You
the
could.
thing. Call it the Book of Vishanti. Sorry, yeah, go on. You were gonna say
Nah,
something.
I was about to just double down what you were about to say. Like you could have called this Doctor Strange Scarlet or some shit like that.
I
Because it
think
was
someone said Doctor Strange and the Book of Vishanti,
mm-hmm.
and
or Darkhold or some shit like.
or the Darkhold, and dude, it would have blown people's minds because they wouldn't have even known like, oh, it's going to be this multiverse thing, and you would see Professor X and all of that. The problem with this movie is its title. Like honestly, I could dock it like more points because of its title, but I think it's a good enough movie where it was just an unfortunate thing that they titled it that. It should have never been called that shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Anybody else? Austin, or what did you think? I don't have a problem with the name, to be honest.
Well, I can kind of agree that I think they could have fleshed out the multiverse a little bit more, because really you see them go into one universe, and then there was like a quick like little section of the film where they're like where they get blasted through certain parts of the multiverse, but it wasn't really like vast or creative in certain areas. It's just sometimes it would be the contrast, or there would be like they were animated in one part, then they were painted.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it looked great, but I feel like they could have done a little bit more with it, if that makes any sense.
They could have. I agree with that. I'm pretty sure they could have. Like you guys said, they could have probably stopped in a couple of those universes, for a quick second. And it didn't even have to be long. They could have stopped in there. You could have seen like maybe, if you wanted, Superior Iron Man fighting somebody, and then they fly off into another one, and they could have did that a little bit more.
You don't think that the trailer gave away a lot of shit? Because I feel like everything that we saw was most likely like all of it was in the trailer. For the most
I think they should have hid Professor X
and Captain Carter.
I don't think they should have gave us that, and Captain Carter too.
She was whack. That whole I could do this all day. That shit did not hit. That shit did not.
Yeah,
hit.
no.
I knew she was gonna say
I
that.
did like the fact that I like the fact she had I didn't know she had this in the What If thing, but she had that jetpack or whatever.
Jetpack on her back. Yeah, no, she didn't have that in the What If.
Yeah, because that was a good reference to what's that?
Steve Rogers.
No. There was that
Rocketeer.
Film, the Rocketeer, yeah, because the director of that did the first Captain America.
Oh yeah, okay. No, I didn't know.
To be honest, a better replacement for Captain Carter. They should have done like the Hydra Cap or some shit like that. Just have Chris Evans shit like that.
I didn't have an issue with her though.
No, I thought she was.
I don't know. It's just it was cool and what if, but it's just like it still doesn't make sense. Like how the hell did you get here? Or it's just like she's just another that just joined the team. That's the only thing. That's what I'm saying. Like a little bit more with the runtime, they could have explained certain things. We could have stayed with the Illuminati a little bit more.
I think Iron Man needed to be on that Illuminati, dude.
Yeah, you could. I would have replaced. Yeah, I would have replaced.
You don't need to replace anyone. I don't.
Or Hank Pym on there.
Or Hank Pym.
Nah.
Yeah, Hank Pym would have been there because of the Ultron bots.
Right, because he creates the Ultron bots.
It's either that or Superior Iron Man, either one. But I think it would make sense for a Hank Pym.
Sure, but I'm just saying, like, I can see what you're saying, but like, honestly, like, Iron Man's a bigger character in the MCU than Hank Pym. To be fair.
He is. I agree with you. But you see, the thing is, would Robert Downey Jr. come back? And then if you
another actor.
Yeah, I know the Tom Cruise thing, I kind of agree with Ashley when it's like, well, that's kind of disrespecting Robert Downey Jr., right? Because everybody else in the universe, like whichever multiverse you go through, Doctor Strange is the same, Professor
Spider-Man isn't.
So,
but you're right, Spider-Man isn't.
So with John Krasinski, that's pretty much like now that confirms that he's going to be Mr. Fantastic going forward.
I think it should.
Yeah.
I think it should, and I don't have no issues with that.
The stretchy shit was cool.
Right. He was all right.
I wish we could have actually seen him go. And that's another thing. I was like, this team beat Thanos. Fuck out of here.
Exactly. Like
you saw that, like his body, bro. Like
because I think these guys.
But Doctor Strange was on their team now. Sorry, go on.
Right. No, I was gonna say, you guys seen the scene where fucking Thanos is lying on the rock dead with the fucking sword in his chest, right?
Yo.
No, it's true.
Yeah,
It's
I was
true.
like, it was good,
They,
man.
they they don't they don't miss an opportunity to just shit on Thanos. They did it in What If. Now they gonna do it in they have missed it.
They don't miss an opportunity. That's funny.
You guys favorite characters, like who did you like the best in the movie? Personally, I agreed with Nerdman. I think fucking Wanda put that shit down in this movie because she was evil and I loved it.
Oh
I
yeah, she
loved
like
every
her
minute of
power
it.
was like powerful. That's
Yeah,
what I
and the
wanted to
acting
see.
as well. The
Yeah, that's
acting
what
was
yeah,
great.
absolutely. 100%. 100%. Like she made me believe that she was fucking the Scarlet Witch, evil and shit. When she fucking, like I said earlier, when she flies over to the sanctum where they're all fucking there, and she's telling Doctor Strange, "We could have did this peacefully, but now you're gonna have all these
You
people
just
die because of one
pull up like a
person."
gangster.
No, but here's the thing, though. I like that, and I like her performance, but then she should have wiped them out. I didn't like the fact that they were even effective against her. When she said that whole line about "just remember, this is me being reasonable,"
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting her to just rain fire on them and like their shields to just be
Oh,
completely
they didn't give her the
evaporated.
opportunity to do it. That's the problem.
Yeah, but
You,
that's what I'm saying. And this is one thing I did not like, and I, I can't stand it anymore. Him, whatever he's doing with like when he's doing his powers, like the hand movements and stuff like that, and the way they do the CGI of how the magic looks, I just don't like that. Everything Sam Raimi introduced that was new was good. Everything he took from how they'd been doing it before, I don't like the way it looks. It looks unreal. It doesn't look, you know, how can, it just looks like CGI, just like a CGI creation, and then it makes it worse that he's doing all these hand movements to make it look even more fake. You know, I don't know if
yeah.
it bothers anyone else, but
You know
Nah,
what
I
have
didn't
been
have an issue with it.
you know what have been dope, like for a little tease before we got like the post credit, is if we go back to like we get to the end, right? We go to the rubble where Wanda's body's at or some shit. Then you just see a person just moving rocks and stuff like that. Ends up being Magneto or something like that. He like picks up her body and just like flies off with it. Some shit.
You see, this is the thing. Like, I think Perp was just expecting a whole bunch of other stuff, and that's probably why you have,
cameos.
you know what
No,
I
no,
mean?
not even the cameos, because I thought that was going to be a problem, and it kind of is, because like people were expecting things, but my thing is just like I don't know, it's just certain things didn't hit for
So
me, and
I'll
I
tell
think
you
it's
this.
just
Yeah, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. Finish,
yeah,
finish.
I just think it's just the hype, and just I feel like if I've watched it a second time, and kind of just
I think, yeah, because honestly, I agree. Like the first 50 minutes, where it was a little bit more MCU-ish, was underwhelming to me. It's when it really like kicked into that second half. Uh, I thought it fully embraced all the Sam Raimi-ness
yeah.
of the
Hmm.
film. Basically, when he goes to the sanctum with Mordo, basically
Hmm.
in the alternate universe. From there, I think the film was pretty damn good. I do think they wasted the cameos. I mean, just them getting killed like that. Like she could have conjured some monsters or something, had them fight them for a little bit, so you can at least see them use their powers before she kills them. Uh, that that could have been a nice extra 5 minutes, like some 4 minutes padding or something that could have been in the movie with the cameos before they just die like that. Like Captain Carter was useless, which she should be against, Scarlet Witch. So I respect that, but at the same time, let's
I
have
thought
them do
Captain
something else.
Marvel. I thought Captain Marvel would have put up a better fight. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Wanda just wiped them all out real easy. And from what we were told, like Captain Marvel was supposed to be one of the strongest characters, but now they just cemented that Wanda was the strongest character in the fucking MCU. Like that is hands down.
yeah.
Wanda was, and if they did kill her, it would make sense because she's too OP'd at this point, right? So,
Doing
and
Shadow Clone jutsus and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, the only
right,
survivor was Mordo.
yeah,
Yeah,
from the
yeah. Remember
Illuminati,
he
yeah.
was down there. He was down
Yeah,
there.
he was the only one that
I didn't
survived.
like how they just went, "Oh, Mordo's been my mortal enemy." When did that happen in the MCU? When was Mordo his mortal enemy?
in the first one.
No, he wasn't.
Mortal stopped fucking with Strange after he's like, oh,
At
you
the end,
just,
yeah.
Yeah, but
he's
you
like,
don't
no more
see that.
sorcerers. Which I do hope they go back to that with the third one. They need to have a decent like square off with them too. I think that's what they. That's another thing I looked at it too. I was like, the first Doctor Strange came out in like 2016, so that's like what 7 years almost, 6 years.
7. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's a huge gap for a sequel, and it kind of felt more like this was like a third Doctor Strange movie than a sequel.
Right. So there could have been a lot of stuff maybe in the backgrounds that we
Mhm.
haven't seen with him and Mordo and stuff like that. But there's one scene in this movie. It's like not even an action scene, but I really fucking love the scene. Is when
Mhm.
he's at the wedding and that other doctor comes in and starts questioning him about the way things were done, and he was
Yeah.
like, "You couldn't have done it a different way." And Doctor Strange's like, "No, there was no other way." Like I love that scene. He's like, "I lost my wife. I lost this, I lost that." I thought that scene was really good. I
I would
enjoyed
I would have loved
That's
it if
good.
this had like a secret villain, like if like they would have kept the whole nightmare thing in there, like he'd just be in the background, like that's the like Wanda's just like the smoke screen. Like she's
Well,
just like
actually,
one through.
Nah.
I actually didn't think Wanda was gonna be like the full out villain. I didn't think she was gonna be the full out villain because there was some reports I heard there was, and then some I heard there what she wasn't. You know what I mean?
Mm,
So I liked the fact that she was the fucking villain. I
yeah.
enjoyed that. I
I just
enjoyed
hope
that.
they don't kill her. Like that's just not the last that we see of her. Like 'cause that would be trash. I'm like, yo, what?
I don't think it will.
Yeah, I hope not. I really hope not.
Yeah.
How
I
are we supposed
mean,
to take X-Men serious if they killed off Professor X like that? I hear what you're saying, Blasted, but it's a totally different universe, so they can fix that.
he's
At,
died 3 times now. You know.
Yeah,
at least Jean Grey, like in Dark Phoenix, had like somewhat respect. Like even though she had him like walk up the stairs, which was hilarious. Like
hmm
that shit was fucking hilarious. But
hmm
I want to see that square off like Jean Grey versus Scarlet Witch. That'd be dope.
Yo,
Phoenix versus
against the
Scarlet Witch.
Phoenix, yeah, that would be the amount of things they could do. My thing is though, and we talked about this earlier. Maybe you guys can shed some light on the end credit scene because I'm like, who is this person? Like, what
Yeah, I
does
don't
this
know.
I don't know
I did
signify?
nothing for, but it seems like that Dormammu was definitely going to be a bigger player in the third movie, which
Right, because it looked like that was the universe where Dormammu was or close to it or something like that, right? But I have no idea who that character was or anything like that. So I was like, it didn't hit to me. It didn't hit to me.
I think
I
this
think
is way better than Spider-Man: No Way Home, though.
I agree. I like
I
this a
don't
lot
know.
better than No Way Home.
I don't know. That's a hard one for me.
Mm.
I don't know about that.
Hey, what's up, Ash? The link is in the chat if you want to pop in for a bit.
I got
I
sick.
don't.
Yeah, you remember at the
I
end?
what's that? What about the end?
Remember at the end, like in the post-credit scene, Clea was talking about like, "Oh, Doctor Strange, you have to come with me," because he
Mm-hmm.
created a lot of more incursions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you think the third one he's gonna go back into the multiverse? Man, I hope so, man. They can do so much more.
I think they are going to do so much more, right? I
Well,
don't
now
think
that
this is
the
the
Book of
last one.
Ashanti has been introduced, now like and since I was about to mention too, is after like Strange like wakes up and he wakes up with the third eye when he comes back to his own reality.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah,
Darkhold
like he was
got a
like,
hold of him, so that's where the Book of
You
Ashanti is
should
going to
take
come in
that
handy
comment
in the
off,
third
bro.
film.
You should
Ash,
take
the
that
link
comment
is in
off.
the chat if you want to come in for a bit. What, that she liked it more than No Way Home?
Oh, I liked it. Yeah, exactly. It is better than No
Yeah,
Way Home.
thank you, Ashley. So did I.
Straight up facts.
I
I don't know.
actually
Just on a directing level, like it's better. Like
this
Oh,
is the Sam
directing!
Raimi
I liked
movie.
it as a directing film. I
I'll
liked it
talk to
better.
you
I
about
like the
that, man.
shots better in this film than I did in No Way Home.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
sorry, Anzo.
Yeah.
I think Anzo wanted to speak and we just talked over him. Where's he gone? Oh, sorry, he's gone now. Right.
Yeah, I just like this was weird for me because I had a feeling I was just like what like I feel like it was just when they announced the runtime. It's just like that's where it kind of just made me think like I don't know.
I don't think every film has to be like 4 hours.
No, not that, but it's just like I just feel like with the multiverse of madness and you're dealing with Wanda, like it was dealing with a lot of shit in this movie.
Right.
And like
And
you
they
could have
told
fleshed
her
this out a little
tight,
bit or
and
cut some things.
Yeah, they cut a
It
lot
told
out
a
of this movie.
tight, it told a tight, emotionally driven story where I think Wanda was the most like the emotional center and heart of the movie, even though she was the villain. And it told a compelling story about that. And there were moments where I was like, it was sappy in the Sam Raimi style, like in the same way as the Spider-Man movies were a bit sappy, but they still managed to be sappy in a good way, like where you kind of felt it. Like I felt when Doctor Strange was like, and I don't know what people are talking about Rachel McAdams being bad in this movie. I thought she was good in this movie. And I liked when he said, you know, I loved you in every universe. It was good Sam Raimi cheese, but it worked, you know. And that's why, yeah, the second half of the movie, I think I docked the first half a little bit. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't firing on all cylinders like the second half. The second half was really, I think, something special visually, especially like that music fight. How creative was that? Like they just start fighting with music.
That was fire.
Very anime-esque, yes.
Yeah,
very
that was
anime-esque.
fire. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the zombie Doctor Strange. And it's funny because when they show the trailer, you don't think it's him, you know what I mean? But it's him, and then the demons are coming for him. It's like, no, you got to control them, and then he controls them and makes them fly, and then that I thought that was
very Evil Dead. Very Evil
Right,
Dead.
that is super creative. All of that stuff was super creative. Like he used it as his cape. Exactly. Yeah, you're reminding me actually of the bits I really like. This was funny because you know I purchased the ticket for the Northman instead of this, right? Because I'm a hater. But I actually finished watching it and I was like, holy shit, I wish I actually bought a ticket to this one because this is what I want to encourage the MCU to do more of. Like, do your, you know, shared universe stuff and whatever, like keep the fans happy with that, but give us some director-driven stuff every once in a while. Like, I like this.
Absolutely, I agree.
I do want to get y'all takes whenever you get a chance of watching this movie, the Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's another like multiverse type movie, because that to me, I think did the multiverse thing like the best in the way they set up the rules and stuff like that. But
who was Michelle Yeoh? That's a good
movie. It was crazy too because I see why all those movies moved, because all those movies were going to come out the same day, like Spider-Verse, and you know they were all going to drop on the same day and shit. Like,
I'll check that one out too. But just for me, like I said, I thought this one was absolutely done properly. I thought it was amazing. That movie is great. I cried like 3 times. Ashley, the link I just sent it to you privately on Twitter, so you can check that if you want to pop in. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this movie as well, because again, it's definitely in my top 10. I'm not sure if it cracks my top 5 yet, but it is up there for me. It is really up there for me. This movie, you know, I think it's better than a lot of the movies that I have in my top 10. You know, I think it's even better than the first one, to be honest with you. I really do.
Oh yeah, it's way better than the first one. I'm sorry, and I've got it in the top 4 MCU movies. It could be my top movie, but the only thing is that I think that because of the build up of some of the other movies, like they were events, and you know the Avengers, and this, that, and the other, that I give them I give it a little bit more. I don't know. There was a little bit more excitement generated, but as a film, just as a standalone film, the way it's directed, the creativity behind some of the imagery and all of that kind of stuff, I think it might be the best one. I'm not gonna, you know, from a directing standpoint, that's all I'm saying. Not from a.
Would y'all say it's the best Phase 4 movie so far?
Yeah, so
even though
far,
we barely scratched the surface with the Phase 4, but you know.
Yeah.
No, I think Phase 4 is almost done.
Not because we only had
Phase
Black
5
Widow
in 2023.
We had
Hmm?
Black Widow. We had
Shang-Chi,
Shang-Chi, Eternals, No Way
Eternals.
Home,
Shang-Chi was
and now
trash.
that's only five. That's like 5 films.
Shang-Chi
Yeah.
wasn't good. Eternals
You
definitely
ain't
wasn't
tripping.
good.
No, Shang-Chi wasn't that good either.
Shang-Chi
It
was
wasn't that good.
fire. We need more
Mm-mm.
fight scenes like that. That shit
Mm-mm.
was clean.
Okay, the fighting was all right, but you can get better fighting in martial arts movies. I mean, I look.
Hey, for what it gave us, it was dope. And I'm looking
Okay,
forward to
all right.
the sequel.
I respect that. You like the
Mm.
movie. That's cool, man. But I definitely don't think it's better than this one, or
Mm-mm.
even
I know
in the
what we
same
can both agree
stratosphere.
on though. I know what we can both agree on. That this movie is not better than the Batman.
No, yes, it is. Hands down, it's better than the Batman.
No,
100%.
absolutely not.
100%
Do you know
it's
what?
better
There's
than the Batman.
aspects of this film I like more than the Batman, but
You
I
see?
started
There you
thinking
go.
about it. I started thinking about it, and I still have the Batman over this.
Ah,
Like,
fuck you.
I
man.
don't.
Go ahead,
Oh
Ashley.
Jesus.
What do you think of this one? What were your thoughts?
I really liked it, but at times, like, it did feel like things could have, seemed like things were missing at times from the film. But and that's like my main nitpick. But I really liked it. I've now already seen it twice. Okay,
wow.
guys, I saw it at 4, and then I was able to go to the another showing
You
at
are
9.
a,
So I've
you're
already
a
seen it
monster.
twice today. So
You
I got
are
to see
an
it. So I was able to get
MCU
to another
monster.
showing.
How was y'all crowds? Like my crowd was like, yo, I've never heard a fucking Marvel crowd this quiet. I was like, do people like this or do they hate
Quiet.
this? Yeah, they
Mine
was
was
mad quiet.
going bananas.
I know.
No,
The
mine
first
was.
the
You're
first
right.
crowd was kind of like, maybe because of the timing of the day, they were slightly quiet, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? But there were a lot of like, people like still like it, clapping and happy and like wow at parts and stuff like that. But in the second time I went, like, people were like, really into it,
Yeah,
and
they only
I'll
having
tell you what.
responses.
I nearly walked out of the movie at one point.
Of
'cause,
course.
No,
It doesn't.
Where's Batman?
Of course.
Why?
no. Here's the thing. So it happened again, right? Everyone was subdued in my audience, but there was one guy laughing at all of the
Oh my
MCU.
god.
What if
goofy
it was the
jokes.
same guy?
It
You
might
know?
have been the same guy. He was, and I could feel the vibrations of his laughter on the back of my neck. He was like saying,
Pause.
he was like laughing at that Spider-Man joke where he was like, "Oh, does the webs come out of his butt?" It's like they've
Mhm.
used that joke already. It wasn't funny the first time, and they're reusing it.
Well,
Right?
it was a
And
little
this
bit
guy
different
was like,
last time.
Yeah.
and I was just like, I couldn't deal with it because I wasn't even that into the movie by then, and I had a ticket to the Northman, so I was like, maybe I'll just go watch the Northman again.
Oh, fucking
But
man.
luckily, I stayed in, and after about, I think it was about 35 minutes or 40 minutes, the film got really good, and then from there
Mike-
it was just excellent.
My crowd was screaming before the movie even started.
I know.
Mine
Like that,
was
the
going
second one was
crazy.
like that. They were like,
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. Can we
and when
pause on
John
this?
Krasinski showed up, oh my god, that was
They
just
freaked,
like,
yeah, they freaked out too. Mine too. And then when Professor X came in and they
Yeah.
played
Yeah,
the
that's
fucking
when they
theme
popped in.
song.
yeah.
But can we pause this for 1 second and let me ask you guys: did any of you guys see the Avatar trailer?
Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah, I did.
That was sick.
Yo,
I don't care about
the
Avatar.
I started
Fucking-
laughing my ass off.
the fucking 3D, because I went to see it in 3D. The fucking 3D when they showed that clip was fucking amazing. I kid you not. This dude was walking by, right, walking to his seat, and it looked like he was walking through the fucking picture.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
amazing. I was like,
I thought
okay,
you said 3D don't matter. I thought you
What's
said
that?
3D doesn't matter, bro.
I still don't care about 3D like
no,
that.
I
I
don't
thought you
either.
said 3D doesn't matter and
I
shit.
said it doesn't matter when
See how
it comes to hold on. I said it doesn't matter. I said it doesn't matter when it comes to the profit margin
to
of
the
the movie.
box office.
Yes,
To the
it
box
doesn't.
office,
It
yeah.
doesn't. It
That
doesn't.
is what he's talking
Did you
about.
pay more for your 3D ticket than you would have paid for a normal ticket?
Probably, yeah.
So it matters to the profit margin, doesn't it? Isn't that simple maths?
Maybe, but not my much
Oh,
though.
maybe.
Not
You know what I'm saying?
But the point is, hold on. But the point
Good.
is, the movies you were talking about didn't come out in 3D. I was actually surprised that I had the 3D because it didn't say 3D none. And when I got to there, I was like, oh, okay, it's the 3D one. Okay, cool. So I didn't realize I bought the 3D tickets. I
Yeah,
thought it was
but
just regular.
the tickets that you get for
It's like $2 or $3 more.
So the Batman, yeah, and that makes a difference on a global scale,
Okay,
doesn't it?
for this
$3.
movie, it will. But Spider-Man: No Way Home did not come out in 3D.
It did come out in 3D.
Not
you
here.
lying son of a bitch.
Not here.
It did. I saw
Not
it in 3D.
here. Not here.
That's different. Yeah, probably over there. Like they didn't have it.
Not
but-
here. I was surprised that the Multiverse Madness was in 3D because I haven't seen a 3D movie in a fucking minute. I usually buy IMAX 3D if it comes out, and I haven't seen a 3D movie in a minute. So, but
the
last
Avatar trailer did look fire, and I don't even like Avatar 1.
I don't like it either. The
I
movie
didn't
itself looked
do
trash.
nothing for me. I was like, oh, okay,
They need to
another
move
Avatar.
Shazam, bro.
No, the movie
Shazam.
itself looked trash, right? They didn't really show much. The movie itself looked trash, but when I was watching the 3D aspect of it, because you see, when you're watching the MC movies, right? The MC movies are real 3D, so all they do is really just blur out the background to make it look like the person's in front of you. But the Avatar one was like real fucking 3D, man. And because they don't blur the backgrounds, right? It actually looks like they're coming out of the screen without blurring the backgrounds. And I was just like blown away. I was like, yo, this looks fire. And then, okay, go ahead, ask your question. And I got one more. Then we could go back.
It's just been bothering me. This America Chavez is just gonna be an issue for me. How the hell is her name America Chavez when you not even from like Earth?
Why is she speaking Spanish when she's from another planet?
So what? They don't have Spanish on another fucking planet or America?
I'm just asking questions. I don't know. I maybe it makes sense in the comics that there's
a parallel Earth.
Yeah, it's like a parallel Earth.
Oh, it's a parallel Earth. It's not that she's because I thought it was a different planet. Like she's an alien.
It's a dumb name too. It's like having two first names.
No, it was the Earth. Next question. Did you guys get a fucking extended like Maverick trailer too?
Yeah.
That
was pretty cool. That was a cool clip. Yeah.
Yo, I want to see that movie.
I want to see that really bad. Like I can't.
That looked good.
Movie.
They thought they were bad, and Maverick was fucking dusting them all, bro. I was like, okay, this looks good. This looks good.
Yeah, that did look good as well.
Yeah,
but now we can go back. So Ash, continue with your thoughts on the movie, man, because I want to hear. Is there anything that you didn't really like in it? Because there was not much I didn't like, to be honest with
you. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, like these are like nitpicks. I hated the use of the other me like all the time.
The other what?
The other me, like how they kept saying that. I feel like that was like a poor writing decision.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I didn't really care for
Doctor Strange.
I'm trying to think. No. I loved him.
He wasn't that great in the movie.
No, he was good.
He was really good. He was supposed to be
good, but he wasn't.
He was really good. To me, because I understood what they were doing with him. It's opposed to opposite Wanda. Also, I don't feel like they explained actually what an incursion is well enough in the film.
I agree.
But the cool thing about it is like they're obviously like setting up secret wars because incursions lead to secret wars, which is so I'm excited to see that. I feel like they should have done a better job. I really didn't like the Illuminati sequence because it was like a nothing burger to me. Yep. I would have, but it was like, I mean, the only part in that whole sequence, I mean, like there were some cool moments, like, things that Wanda said, like when she looked at,
what mouth? When she said what mouth?
When she said, well, not that one. That one was cool, but I liked when she looked at, Reed No, and she said,
Oh,
do you
oh,
have,
yeah,
do
I
they
hope
have
you
a
have a
mother?
wife? Yeah,
And
because
that
you're
was
he's
gonna
cold.
need
like,
someone to take care of them.
she said, because I hope they have someone to raise them. And
Yes.
and then
Damn. Yeah, that was
and
cold.
then like the way that Captain
What up,
Carter
kiddo?
died was really cool.
Mhm.
And then when she snapped, I did like though when she snapped Professor X. It was
I
like
did too.
I hated it, but I liked it because it was like I didn't expect that to happen, and I'm just like, oh
I'm
my
glad he
god,
got it because he deserved it. You know,
I
like they're
think
really running around here. Oh, shut up! I'll beat
he
you up.
old and trash.
I think
That's
to me still, I think the best death was fucking Black Bolt, man.
That
That
shit
shit,
was
that was
sick.
the
I
most gruesome out of
fucking
all of them.
loved it.
That was really the only brutal one out of all of them.
Yeah, Black
It
Bolt
was
was
really
not.
X,
Yeah,
Pro X was pretty brutal as well. He snapped the like.
Oh no,
I know
but
that was.
their Doctor
I mean,
Strange
that
death was
one
pretty.
that one was. It wasn't as brutal as what happened to Black Bolt. His brain literally exploded.
Or,
In his head.
or,
And the
Yeah,
That
or
was the
yeah.
most brutal
even
death
just
out
the
of all of them.
Doctor Strange taking a thing from Black Bolt like directly just was like
Yes.
yeah, hmm
Yeah.
that should probably fucking.
you see, that's that's one of the reasons why I think I really love this movie is because the things that we've seen in this one, we haven't seen anything like
I
that in a
know.
Marvel movie, man.
I know. I really liked it.
Like,
And
it
like,
Like
was,
the villain straight up murked all of these heroes. Like Captain
bro,
Carter. You know, like if this was
chopped her in half with her
Endgame,
own shield.
I know. Like,
right?
see, that wouldn't happen with
You
Steve.
see,
He would
do
have
you see
dodged
now?
that.
Do you see now that you've been? Thank you, K Dots, for what you were about to say. You see now that you've been capping
Here we
so
go.
hard for
I
these
feel like my
MCU
speak.
movies.
Okay.
You've been capping
StreamYard
so
I
hard
dropped
for
him
these
out.
MCU movies.
That doesn't
Endgame.
mean we still don't like those
You know what I
movies.
mean?
No,
Like, what are
no,
you
but you've been capping
saying?
hard because now
I'm
you
not
see
capping. That's how
what
I truly.
should have.
I don't.
That's
This
what
is
should have
not my
happened.
favorite
That's what
MCU
Thanos should have
movie,
been
though.
doing.
Like,
Is that
it's
not
not
what
my.
Thanos
Still
should have
not.
been doing to all of those trash heroes that he was facing?
What are you
When
talking
had
about? He
those
snapped
Infinity
half of
No,
the
Stones?
universe.
no. Actually, his. Oh, okay. You don't
No, I'm
understand. I'm
talking
not.
about before.
I'm not going to get into like what Thanos' process of thinking was because we already know, and I'm not going to do that. To you.
I know what
let's
it's
not,
like to
let's not
lose.
argue it again. No,
We're
You're right.
absolutely talking about.
But I'm just saying,
this.
We all know Wanda
this is
is
how
a bigger
a
G than
villain.
Thanos. Wanda's a bigger G than Thanos. So she gets the job done.
That's what I'm
No,
saying. Wanda
absolutely
doesn't
not.
fuck around. She's after her kids, and anyone who gets in her
Disrespecting Thanos
way,
like that.
anyone who gets in her way gets fucking.
I think she's
Okay.
top. She's
Yes,
definitely
pimp
one of the
slap.
top,
Yeah,
if
'cause
not the top villain though in the MCU. In my
I
opinion,
agree because
Number two.
I can't deny it because she
right
was
now she's
fucking
number one
bad.
for me.
She was fucking badass. Like I said, when that scene, and I say because I love it, the way she's talking to Doctor Strange when she's like, "Oh, I was doing it I was doing it calmly or whatever."
She said
And
that she said no. She said hand her over. I'm trying to be reasonable, and he was like,
reasonable.
"This
Yes.
is reasonable." She said, "This is me being
Yes.
reasonable."
Yes.
I was like, "Dang."
Yes.
Ashley, I have a
Yes.
question.
But they let
Yeah.
her down. They let her down in that scene because she should have just, as I said before, she should have just murked everyone.
Yeah,
Like,
but
not
she was
like
going
not
up
like
against
She did murder everybody except for
no,
like
eventually, but like the shields were effective. I mean, she should have caused serious damage straight away. Like when,
but the reason why
she
the
used her
shields were
mind
so
control in
strong,
that moment too.
Yeah,
I mean,
right,
they are
and
sorcerers.
And the reason why the shields were so strong is because there was a bunch of people doing it. You had hundreds of fucking sorcerers.
Yeah, one simp in
fucking
the whole
holding
crowd.
this. You know what I mean? So I can understand why it took her a while, but we all knew she was going to break that sooner.
Yeah,
yeah, but it just seemed like a little bit of how would you say, like, especially the way she delivered that line. You just expected to see something different right after. I wanted to see something like bang. You know, what was it? It wasn't the reasonable line. It was that she said, "This is me being reasonable."
She does say that.
I'm trying to think. You're talking about where she's flying over that.
You're talking about right before she attacks the Kamar-Taj.
Yeah, exactly.
Then what scene are you talking about?
That's the scene I'm talking about.
Well, she says the reasonable line right before.
Yeah, and I just thought that afterwards it was a bit of a how to put it. It deflated the scene that she was struggling with them at first. I thought she shouldn't have even struggled with them a little bit, where she had to use her telepathic power.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
should
What?
have rained
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
down.
wanted
to
to
me,
come in and
like,
She should
they
have
had
rained
no.
down death on them, man.
How I look at it as like I think when she's doing the whole dream walking thing, like she's only using like a fraction of her power, which is freaking.
You're
That's
talking about later.
Yeah,
You're
that's
talking about
later.
dream walking.
That's later.
yeah. But I would say even that I feel like that's pretty OP. Like that's
Yeah,
probably
Yeah,
not
she's
even
only
her at
using
her full
like a
power.
fraction of her
she was
power.
she
Her
was
power was dwindled a bit, and she also was using another another Wanda that wasn't a Scarlet Witch, but still had her power. So,
right, but
so
she was fucking
Which
powerful in this
remember I
movie
said
though.
that I think that she's projecting into people's bodies. Remember that?
Hmm
one
She
person's body, well, one
I
technically.
said that she's projecting
Without
herself
without
into a
consent.
former Wanda. I did say that. And then the Zombie Strange is probably a projection too.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
I love the
actually,
zombie
I have a
strange.
question. When
Yeah.
when Captain Carter was like, I could do this all day. How did you feel? Did that do anything for you?
I mean, I thought it was cute,
I
but
liked it.
I
Man,
feel
she
I
was
liked
happy.
it, but like it seemed
That shit
weird
was dry.
because it wasn't Steve saying it, but I liked it. I mean,
I
I thought she
I
was
said it
really
with her.
cool.
I knew it was coming.
I knew it.
I,
I
and
knew
I
as soon
and
as
I
she
said
said.
I
I
said
knew.
I said
I
it
knew.
back to her. I
Like
said I could do
when
this
the
all day.
setup, when she
Yeah.
said that
And
to
it
her, I
was
knew she
great.
was gonna say it. But
And
I
then
thought it
she
was
got
okay.
her fucking body, her whole
She got
soul
her
spliced open
she
like
got
What
her
she
stuff
I
should
can
what
do
wrecked.
she
this all
should
She
day
got
and
wrecked.
night
you
in less
can't
than a
what
do
she
this
minute.
should
for
have said.
2 seconds. Like I
Wrecked.
would have loved if Scarlet Witch said that after she's like sliced her up. You couldn't even
Said
What
no,
she
you
should have
can't.
did. What she should have did. She should have said, "I could have done this all day, mate," because she's British and stuff. So
No,
yeah.
I mean,
but you see,
it was
that's
good
what that's
seeing her though.
it was, and that was the contrast to right because she's like, I could do this all day, and then 2 seconds later, she's fucking dead, so she couldn't do it all day. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
And
Fucking
look, and that's why, as a villain, I like Wanda in this movie. Right, I love Wanda as a villain in this movie. She's a unstoppable force. She keeps coming. At the only way to defeat her is to mentally fuck with her. Now, I understand her motivations and what she wanted to get. I understand that. But like I said earlier, and also saw it, she did probably the most OP shit at the end of this movie. I was like, oh my gosh, she just did that. Strange could be bullshitting, or he may not fully know. But I'm at the point where I'm like, can't you just will physical children into reality for you? Like, what the heck? I'm just saying, she can do all
Yeah,
this
she
shit,
can do
I
that.
I thought
and
she
she wants kids. I'm like, just speak into existence that you want children, and they should drop out of nowhere for you.
I know, but
I
remember the issue
She
was in
wants those
WandaVision.
kids, though.
In WandaVision, at that time, she couldn't like make
manifest
them
real
without them
things.
being
Yeah.
attached to that hex. So maybe it's where she knows where she was reading the Darkhold and they actually exist. It's just in her mind, especially where she's becoming corrupted by the Darkhold, that she's just gonna, try to steal these
I
children.
thought
Easier.
I
But at
thought
the
she was
beginning, so
going to.
at the beginning of this movie, we saw that she perfected hex. She did another one. She was living in a fake house, all that stuff, at that barren wasteland she was at.
Yes, I agree. But what I'm
Like,
saying
I'm
is
just
now
saying,
that
like,
she's
she can
corrupted by the
legit make
Darkhold,
kids. She can
yeah,
make kids if she wants to.
she can. But we don't know if she can actually make something out
Real
of
kids,
nothing.
right?
She made children in a hex outside of anything. In the beginning of the film, all she did was change
The
that into an
scenery.
orchard.
I thought she was going to like kill that Wanda and just take those children.
Yeah, that's what
Well,
she was gonna do.
What?
That's what she was gonna do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and what I was thinking, because if you look at what Wanda's doing, there's only one way she can make this work. She has to either take the kids, and wipe their minds, and give them new memories, or kill one of the
But she
Wandas.
can't control
Kill
those
one of the-
kids. She couldn't. She probably couldn't do that because remember she couldn't control them in WandaVision.
Right. So
And I
she
bet
was
she
gonna.
still couldn't
Well, I mean,
control them here.
those is legit fake kid stuff.
But I don't think it was because they were fake kids. Because like the
And
message
and
is,
she
you
didn't
can't.
fully realize that she was dead.
Children. It's hard to control them. That's why like she let those other kids they were stuck in their rooms
Can I ask you
because of
something
things that
before
they
I
do.
go?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta hop off, but I appreciate the link, Lonzo.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah.
Thanks for
bro.
coming.
I
Shout out
really
your channel,
enjoyed
Perp.
Yeah, perp minded. Go find me. Do your Googles. You know what I'm saying?
He did his review. He has it up there, so you guys go check that out as well.
Yep.
And
Appreciate
Nerdman,
it.
your
What a
question?
disappointed man. So my question is, out of all of the multiverse worlds that they went into, which one would you have liked them to stay in for a little bit?
Probably the animated one.
I would have liked to seen the paint one for a second.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
You know what
That
I
was
mean?
what I was thinking.
I wanted to see the paint one for a second because that looked kind of fucking freaky. But
Yeah.
here's a question: is Wanda dead?
No.
No, she's not dead. She just signed a 7-picture deal. She's not dead.
If Wanda is
Yeah.
dead, if Wanda's dead, that'd
7
be
pictures.
if Wanda's dead,
Mhm.
that'd be the stupidest decision in the MCU that they just made. That's the
Yeah, she's
dumbest
not
decision.
dead.
Because they just came off of WandaVision, probably the most popular thing, that after they took their 1-year break and WandaVision blew up. For them to just kill Wanda. I don't think she's dead. I agree, she's alive. But if they killed her, probably one of the dumbest decisions Kevin Feige could probably make for
No,
Wanda.
they haven't. No, they haven't anyway. But yeah.
But nah, she's not dead. She's alive.
I've
Yeah.
said most of what I want to say about the movie. I do think it's excellent. I think it's just shy of the Batman. I'm sorry, Widow. I don't know why you're like
Better.
how you've come.
I'm
up
talking
with-
about because I feel like the rewatchability is higher here.
Nope.
That's it for me.
Absolutely.
I still think the Batman's better, but this is.
I like the bat. I mean, I can't really make a
Rewatchability.
decision. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
was
think
ready
they're
to
both
see it
really
again.
rewatchable because I think you can get more out of the Batman with each watch, but this one I just think is just like I really like the visual aspect of it a lot. The visual storytelling in this is great, and it has that emotion of Sam Raimi as well. By the end, in the beginning, not so much.
It has
but
lots of
by the end-
there were moments in the beginning for me that was quite emotional too, with Wanda.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, like I literally had it was sad at times.
Yeah. And the horror stuff. I love the horror stuff.
Yeah.
It was all very good.
I could see where this could scare little kids.
Top tier.
Yeah.
Top tier of Marvel movies, in my opinion. At least got to be in the top 5.
It's definitely. What up, Tim? How you doing, man? It's definitely in my top 10 for sure. It has definitely went up to my top 10 because it was really good. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna definitely watch it again as well too. I think I think it's
tomorrow.
Yeah, I might even go and watch this one again and actually pay for it. But
So how much money do you think this movie will make? $2 billion? I hope it makes $2 billion.
I don't.
I don't know if it'll make $1 billion.
I think some people don't like it, bro.
Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah, but because it's not, because it's different.
Because it's good. So
and I think
fans don't like it.
Oh my gosh!
And I also think
it's genuinely a good movie.
I also think people were expecting a lot more than they got, and I think that's gonna be an issue.
And I was happy that there wasn't 5,000 cameos in this movie.
Right?
Exactly. That was like the one thing that I said is I don't want to see a film with a bunch of cameos in it. The only thing that I wanted to see, maybe, really might have been some, like hint for mutants, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And that could have been something small, but and that, and then the other thing, was I wanted to see, maybe some cool little second post-credit scene with Deadpool. But that was the only things I was like, ooh, that would be cool, if that happened. But it was like, it didn't ruin the movie for me. Like I really enjoyed it because it was like it was Doctor Strange and Wanda.
It was focused.
Yeah.
It was those two versus each other, and that's why they shouldn't have put multiverse in the whole.
I mean, it was a I mean, they were in the multiverse. I mean,
yeah, but it wasn't that though. Weren't crazy though, was it? Like their multiverse.
It was
adventures
madness,
were crazy.
though. I mean, like he was dealing. He had to ghost walk into people's bodies. That was what the madness was about.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like the darkness, like the scary elements, the horror elements. That's
But
the
I'm
madness.
just saying, when you put that multiverse in, then you get an expectation,
I think people
wanted
everything
to see different
everything everywhere all
universes.
at once is a multiverse movie.
Yeah,
And
I want to
that's
watch
just-
that. I've watched the first 20 minutes of that.
It's
but
really
I
really
haven't.
good.
But anyway, guys, I'm gonna peace out. Enjoy
No problem.
your
Thank you for coming, Nerd Man.
discussion. No problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
And yeah, we're not gonna stay on here too much
Yeah,
longer.
yeah,
But
I'm
I
gonna
want
go soon.
I want
myself.
Ashley to explain that end credit scene to me.
Okay, so that's Clea, right? And so
Mhm.
incursions occur in the comic books. Like once they like an incursion, that's like the beginnings of like two universes melding together.
Mhm.
And then the comic Out of Time or Running Out of Time, I've read it, I can't remember. That's the lead up to Secret Wars. And then Clea, I could remember her for a while. I was thinking that she was the daughter of Dormammu. No, she's actually the granddaughter because her mother is the daughter of Dormammu. Okay. And so Clea is there, I guess. I don't know if she can travel interdimensionally or just like through the multiverse, like one of those things. Because Clea is also a sorcerer as well. And she's also a love interest for Doctor Strange in the comic book. So basically, they're setting up what we're eventually going to get to, which is Secret Wars, Battle World.
Mhm.
And it looks like Kang might, at least for this time being, because we're going to have these different versions of him. It seems like he's going to be the big bad just because how they're setting things up,
Okay.
but this basically incursions occur in this world is if someone is possessed in the dark with the Darkhold and they go and they're in another universe for too long. And we know that Doctor Strange apparently created incursion when he created an incursion. So
Mhm.
now he's gonna go with Clea to help. So that's basically it. She's Clea. And the third eye, is a result from where he did use the Darkhold. If
Right.
anybody was curious about that. So it's the incursions.
So he's always gonna have that third eye now?
I don't know if he's always gonna have it, but he might.
I think he's more powerful now because he absorbed a lot of energy from the Darkhold.
Yeah, but like that also, it corrupts you. So so he's slightly, corrupted in some way.
Yeah, man.
And
I thought I liked that. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
But did they stop the incursion? Like, of that universe, that last universe they were in, did they stop it? I think they did. Because the sky cleared up.
Which last universe?
The one where he killed Evil Strange.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, that one was already that incursion had already happened there.
Yeah,
so
that happened. I know what you're talking about because it did look like the sky cleared up, but it looked like it was still imploding on itself. Just looked like there was some.
Yeah. Oh gosh, you frozen? Yeah, and I was stretching. He's frozen.
So that the universe still got crushed, huh?
Yes, I have to get ready. Onzo.
I think you might be frozen.
I know. I have to go. I hate to go when he's frozen.
Damn.
Oh.
Man, this is awkward silence.
I know. I don't know. I have to.
This was a Sam Raimi movie. I thought that Tobey Maguire was going to be in there, because he brings all the actors he worked with.
I will say
there he is.
The Bruce Campbell cameo was awesome.
Yeah, the Bruce Campbell cameo was awesome. I loved it.
always a great thing to have in a
Okay,
Sam
there
Raimi
we go.
movie is Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, I like Bruce Campbell in the movie. I thought it was good, and then I liked the end credit scene on that one too. It was good.
That was the biggest troll job in the history of troll jobs. Is literally Bruce Campbell just being like, "Oh, the movie's over." Just
Yeah,
go.
yeah. It's like it's over, and then it ends. I thought it was great. But man, I appreciate you guys for coming in. We'll get our last thoughts, and then we'll close it up. I'll start with you, Daniel. Your last thoughts or anything else?
Okay. First of all, I love this movie. It was so good. I give it a 10 out of 10, and I'm hoping that for Doctor Strange 3, he does go back into the multiverse with Clea, and because he has to stop the incursions, right? So
Mm-hmm.
he would have to go back into it. I hope we see more universes and like a lot of the stuff we were promised that we didn't get in this one. Like,
I think we'll see more. I don't think multiverse stuff is even close to being done yet. So
yeah, like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. I mean, you think a Sam Raimi movie he would bring his universe in there and his Spider-Man in there? We haven't seen him since 2007.
yeah. Well, no, we've seen him in No
Well,
Way
no, I
Home.
know that, but I mean, before that, we haven't
Yeah,
seen him
yeah.
since 2007. But I just love seeing him in No Way Home, and yeah. So it's rumored that his last movie will be Secret Wars.
Be
So
interesting.
yeah,
Austin,
they'll do something stupid like destroy his universe and just kill off Spider-Man. That would be so sad.
I don't think they'll ever do that. I
No.
don't think they'll ever do that. Austinator, final thoughts?
Well, my final thoughts are because I've only seen it once. I'm kind of in the middle because, again, I think there are things that are good, but I do think in certain aspects it did underwhelm.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say I still enjoyed the movie. It's definitely not better than Infinity War,
No.
and actually, in whole honesty, I don't think it's better than No Way Home. Mainly for the simple fact that I think No Way Home delivered more on my expectations rather than this, where it's like it delivered my expectations, but it kind of didn't at the same time. Where it's like I got the movie that I was expecting I was going to get, but at the same time, they could have went so much more with the multiverse, and also there were some also little things in there like where was Vision during the whole movie? Like that was kind of something that bugged me a little bit too. But other than
Mm-hmm.
that, I mean, top 10, I might have to think about that. I mean, it might be in there, but I'm gonna sit on it for a little bit, maybe see where my stance is on it. But overall, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Absolutely. Ashley, your final
Final
thoughts?
thoughts. I liked it a lot. I mean, there were some issues that I have with it. And I think the rewatchability is high.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're going into this movie, expecting,
Superior
everybody
Iron Man, all
from,
that stuff.
a bunch of things, a bunch of characters in this movie, and instead of it being like a focus story on Doctor Strange and Wanda, and introducing a new character here, and still this is the beginnings of what they're building to. I really liked it. I thought the performances were strong. There are, and like I said, I do have a few complaints, but I liked it overall. I can't give it a score yet.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like sometimes like after I watch them, like my score can be too high, and then after I watch it and then I think about it, so I want to hold. But overall, to me, I like this more than No Way Home. There
Mm-hmm.
were some plot issues, some story things, with the incursions that I feel like they could have done better at explaining. Some of the dialogue was a little silly, but overall, solid film. And I really enjoyed it.
One question: did you have an issue with America Chavez? Because I thought she was good.
I mean, she's not the same type of character, but she's also here. I feel like she has the ability to have this more of a strong personality and things like that, But
Mm-hmm.
for me, I liked her, but at times she did just feel like the damsel in distress.
Yeah.
But she also, this is like one of the first times that I can really think of. Like, yeah, we've seen kids in these movies before, but this was the first one really. I'm trying to remember that was a superhero that like had these powers. I'm trying to think.
Mhm. I think you're
Outside
right.
of Peter Parker,
Right.
I'm talking about outside of Spider-Man
Yeah,
type
yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
So like that was really cool for them to like introduce this character who has the potential for so much growth. So I feel like I like the fact, that maybe she was unsure of her powers and, what she was going to do, what she can eventually and potentially do in the future. But I liked her, but at times she was kind of like damsel in distress, but it wasn't that, but I liked it. She was strong.
I agree. And like I said, I enjoyed this movie. I think it's in my top 10. It may crack my top 5, top 6. I have to go through the list and see.
Yeah, I don't know where it ranks. I'm not gonna like make any sweeping
Not yet, right.
declarations. Yeah. Because
That's
I've
why.
done that before and I was like, nah, I don't think so.
Well,
After I thought
I know
about it.
I know personally it's definitely in the top 10. I know that for sure. Right. But is it in the top 5? I
I
don't
don't
know
yeah.
yet.
It might be, and I have to like think about my top 10 and see if it's there.
Yeah. So
I
I'm
wish I
gonna
had more Mordo though. I really
I liked him too. Yeah.
not enough.
And I can understand people having an issue with that Illuminati scene, but I think what does it for me is the fact that she just fucking wipes them out, you know. And like I said, I never expected to see something like that. We get fucking Moon Knight, right? We get the last episode of Moon Knight, and they do that same fucking bullshit where he blanks out. Jake comes
Oh
in, kills
gosh.
everybody. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, this, and then you watch this, and you see the shit that they showed in here. The black girl, like she fucking stabbed the book and then turned into like tar or some shit. I'm
Yeah,
like,
she
yo,
just
that's
went. Yeah, she
like,
died. She burnt to a crisp.
you know what I mean? Like you don't see that shit in the MCU, and you seen it in this movie. So I think that's why I really enjoyed it. But like I said, I'm gonna go and revisit my list and say, okay, yeah, this goes there, that goes there, and we'll see
It
where
did
it
seem
goes.
like it. I mean, I liked it. I mean, the pacing was fast, which didn't bother me. But at times,
Mm-hmm.
it felt like there could have been. I wanted more of the movie, not
Mm-hmm.
more cameos. When I say that, like, because a
No,
lot of
I
people,
hear you.
I wanted because what I did enjoy, I felt like you could tell, like, and Raimi said that they cut down, like what 34 minutes might have been. I would have liked to seen a little bit more in the movie, but I
Mm-hmm.
liked it. Just can't score it at the time.
Not a
Maybe
problem. We're
after I
gonna be
see it
doing
tomorrow.
yours. We're gonna be doing yours on Saturday, so maybe by
Yeah,
then you'll be
maybe
able
by Saturday I'll have a score. Right?
yeah, because I'm gonna watch it again before that stream too as
Yes,
well.
I'm gonna watch it
Yeah,
at
it's gonna be
least 2 more times before.
good. Yeah, you see the fucking 2 times in a row already. You know what I
Well, I
mean?
mean, there was I seen him 2 times. There was a break. There was like a 5-hour break, guys. No, not a 5-hour. It was wait, hold
Like an
on.
hour or two.
Yeah, 2 hours and 20-minute break to be like exact. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's being said, guys, make sure to check that out on Saturday. Not sure what the time is gonna be yet, but we will
I
be having.
told you. I didn't put it in the message. What
I
time
was,
is it?
I remember. I
11:15
came back from the movie. I'm burning. You expect me to remember the time
p.m.
right now?
Eastern Standard Time,
There you
guys.
go. 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be on there, and she'll have some questions. She's gonna ask us about certain characters, so we're gonna go deep into it. We're gonna go really deep into it. So make sure you check it out.
Yes.
Make sure you check it out. That being said, everybody that came in here, so Blasted, Tony Robinson, Shifty Gizm, Daniel's Topic, Tim Talks, Tony, Triple X, Deej, Zeke the Wise, all you guys, the Sentinel, even though you didn't like it, Joaquin Calderon, all you guys that came in to check this out, man, and watch us talk about and spoil this movie. Appreciate it. I want to see all you guys on Saturday as well when we break it down even further than we did tonight. So I'm going to make sure I see all you guys there. Peace.
Bye.
Rain stay pouring all over the court. Check trade scoring, irrational activists. Others remain dormant, factual passages. Able to wage war when time call for it. Burn fire upon corpus setting his back. Sun is fall forward. See the big picture. Don't get stuck on small portraits. Tap resources. Your three inner forces. Mind, body, and soul working like piano chords. Linking the piece together from the root like Neanderthals. Reserving and the militant behavior when I.
Hold on a second. Austin, did I make? Yeah, I know. Austin, did I make you shout out your channel?
I don't think so. No.
Shout out your channel, please. My bad.
You know, I do a bunch of stuff on there. I mean, at this point, because my schedule's so out of whack, it's basically whenever I feel like it. I think the last thing I did was I did like a bracket fights type video where it was for May the 4th, where I ranked all Star Wars movies, or I judged the Star Wars movies based off how much I hated them. And spoiler alert, The Last Jedi made it all the way through. So, you know, go check that out if you're like me and Star Wars you lost love with it. You know, hopefully Kenobi's better. Not having my fingers crossed whatsoever, but you know, just check it out. I do the occasional video, occasional live stream. Do a bunch of stuff, some gaming over there. I do a bunch of stuff. I'm on everybody's channels at this point, so subscribe to everybody. And I got a special project in the works. Can't say what it is yet because it's top secret, but that's really all I got. Anzo, thanks for having me on.
No problem. Ashley, you want to tell the people where they can find you real quick? How many subs are you from 500 right now? Okay, I think
Three.
Okay, so she's three subs away. Come on, guys.
I need three subs. Three
subs. So tell them where they can find your channel.
It's The Widow. And what do? I make videos and I stream. You know, occasionally we're gonna have a big stream this Saturday, which Anzo is talking about, and we're gonna be breaking down. We're gonna like start with Moon Knight. We'll probably talk about that for like 30 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. Do that, and then we'll get into the nitty gritty of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And we'll talk about each character, what we liked, what we didn't like, and you know, all that. That's what I do. You know, I talk about superheroes and make little news videos now and reviews.
Absolutely. So get her to those 3 subs, guys. Sorry for cutting off the outro, but we're going to do it again. Peace. See you on the next one.
Bye.
Brainstorming. Rain stay pouring all over the court. Check trade scoring, irrational activists. Others remain dormant, factual passages. Able to wage war when time call for it. Burn fire upon corpus setting his back. Sun is fall forward. See the big picture. Don't get stuck on small portraits. Tap resources. Your three inner forces. Mind, body, and soul working like piano chords. Linking the piece together from the root like Neanderthals. Reserving and the militant behavior when I convert into the cross satanic spiritual savior. Words that I use are the truth if I never gave ya anything else in your life. Remember words that I breathe on this mic. I print people a copy to read what I write. Tell it fast like Mach speed on a bike. Like a native chief, I speak and bring peace with a pipe. Subtle as a thief in the night with beats in the light. Check the coming. I'm blacking out like Slobodan Milosevic. Hold that. Take some with you. Eternal pain when New Jerusalem hit you. Fall back. Don't press the issue with script, lock, split check. Bethlehem officials.